If you smell what the bloodline is cooking. Now, that's something I thought I would never ever hear The Rock say. Hello, everyone. This is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to you another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. And today I wanted to share my thoughts with all of you on what's happened on the February 16th edition, when The Rock officially came as a heel and declared himself as the newest member of the Bloodline. Now, The Rock turned heel back at the WrestleMania XL kickoff after he slapped Cody Rhodes across the face and joined Roman Reigns' side. Now, it's been a long, long time since we've seen The Rock as a heel. The last time we saw The Rock as a heel was back in 2003 during his epic Hollywood Rock run, and we were kind of treated to that old side of The Rock. You know, The Rock came out to a massive pop, came out in his vintage Vivace shirts, and came out with the shades. And to me, it was like I was transported back to 1998 slash 2003 period. You know, it was unbelievable. You know, I never ever thought we would see The Rock as a heel again. And what can I say, really? The Rock didn't miss a single beat. He was absolutely on fire as a heel. And it was really weird because you could really see The Rock was trying his utmost best to get the fans to hate him. And even though he did get quite a few boos, there was still a good portion of the audience who still wanted to cheer The Rock, which is understandable because The Rock is so over. He's so loved after all these years. Rock still has the magic touch. He's still dynamite on the mic. And whether the audience loved him or hated him, he had them in the palm of his hand. And wow, you know, there's very few wrestlers on the planet who can do what The Rock does. I think there's only a small handful of guys who can control an audience like that. It's Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, and The Rock, to name a few. You know, there's such a special bond there between The Rock and the people. Now, it's interesting when I watched this promo with The Rock and the Bloodline. The Rock, he's just leagues above everyone, and you almost feel that everybody, especially Roman Reigns, who's the champion, everybody just took a backseat to The Rock. He's got such a large presence, and he came out after Roman Reigns introduced him as the newest member of the Bloodline, and Rock just took center stage. He just owned it. Quite frankly, in all honesty, I think Roman Reigns and everyone should have just left the ring and let The Rock have it to himself because, you know, he just commanded everything and everyone around him. And, you know, it's interesting because I kind of feel that there's a twist coming to this because, yes, The Rock is a heel. And, you know, I've said before that one of The Rock's greatest gifts is to turn a negative into a positive. You know, whenever he hears the fans are changing and they're starting to boo him, he never drags it out. He immediately says to himself, okay, it's time to change, time to go heel. Very few guys can really tap into how the people's feelings work quite like The Rock. I don't know. I just get the sense that there's a twist coming to this because, you know, Rock's in the Bloodline. He's a heel now. But is he, though? Is he? You know, he went on to say that I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure Cody Rhodes leaves as a loser. Hmm. Interesting. And I think the twist that's coming at WrestleMania 40 is Roman Reigns will have the match won. Rock comes out. It will look like he's going to help Roman Reigns retain the title, and then bam, he'll lay him out with rock bottom, and Cody Rhodes will pick him up, hit his finisher, and boom, he's the new champion. And that sets the stage for WrestleMania 41, cousin versus cousin, The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Now, they could probably do this at SummerSlam, but I think this is a match that's going to happen at WrestleMania. I think this could probably be The Rock's official retirement match, you know, and the winner gets the right to be called the head of the table. Rock gives his cousin the biggest rub possible, acknowledges him, and then retires, and then goes into the Hall of Fame the following year. That's how I imagine this scenario will play out because, you know, obviously, The Rock walked into the main event spot after Cody stepped aside. They can say what they like. I don't think anybody saw the negative backlash that came from the fallout after The Rock and Roman Reigns decided to make this match official. I don't think anyone could have envisioned that this was going to happen. But I truly believe that, as I said, the twist will be Rock turns face, screws Roman Reigns, helps Cody Rhodes win the Universal title. Roman Reigns goes into an absolute monster rage, and this sets up the big match for WrestleMania 41, which I think could be The Rock's retirement match. But we'll see, really. But can I just say a little side note here? How happy was Jimmy Uso to be out there? I mean, he was just grinning like a Cheshire cat. He was just having the time of his life, just to be out there with all of his cousins, his family. He's probably having the time of his life. He just looked like he was so happy to be there. I mean, quite frankly, if I was Jimmy Uso and my cousin was The Rock, I would just stand there and just be laughing my head off because what a time for someone like Jimmy Uso, who probably grew up watching his cousin every week become this megastar that he is now, and to actually be out there with him, he must be on cloud nine right now. And I don't blame him. I really don't blame him. He looks so pleased just to be out there with all of his family. And I think also what could probably happen leading up to WrestleMania 40 is you could probably tease some tension in the bloodline. Roman Reigns not liking the fact that his ultra over cousin, The Rock, is hogging the spotlight and taking all of the attention away from him onto himself. So you could have those seeds planted in as well. You could have Roman also say to The Rock, hey, when you came out there last week, you didn't acknowledge me. You called me your cousin. I'm the tribal chief. You acknowledge me as that, the head of the table. So you could plant those seeds there. Rock would obviously say, yeah, of course I acknowledge you. And Roman Reigns says, no, make it official. Acknowledge me. So you could plant those seeds there, and then WrestleMania 40, boom, the explosion happens, and you know the rest. But this was a great promo from The Rock. It was great to see him out there in his old Hollywood heel rock mode. It was just a lot of fun because, as much as I love The Rock as a face, there's nothing better in the world than seeing The Rock as a heel. He's just so entertaining. He's so much fun to watch. And, the difference between The Rock as a face this time around compared to The Rock as a face back in 2000 to 2001. Rock still had that killer instinct. He was still a man of the people, but he was still a guy you didn't want to mess with. I kind of feel that since 2011, when he started coming back to WWE TV, he was kind of like sucking up to the fans and pandering to them quite a lot. And, obviously, The Rock loves his fans and the fans love him, but just kind of feel he was just sucking up to the audiences, maybe just a little bit too much. That's not the guy we know and love. The guy we saw on SmackDown, I wouldn't say it was exactly the same as Hollywood Rock from 2003 or Corporate Rock from 1988 or The Nation from 1988, but we kind of got like a mixed hybrid of all of those Rock personas. And I liked how they closed the show. You know, everybody with their fingers up in the air just brought back memories of The Rock standing with his fist up in the air as part of the nation. But interestingly enough, what I noticed was Rock had the L symbol up, almost like loser. What's that all about, I wonder? We'll just have to see, really. But anyway, that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What's your thoughts on The Rock joining the Bloodline? Do you think it's a good thing? And also, what do you think the L symbol means? Do you think it's a sign that he could be screwing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40? And also, do you think there could be a twist coming at WrestleMania 40? Do you think this could be some sort of setup for The Rock versus Roman Reigns for WrestleMania 41, perhaps? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. So until then, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.